man's got to get changed now, ready for the show. This is an urgent message to anybody out there in the Devon area. If you've got a fortnight in cabaret, then get here quickly. Just seen the rehearsal. We need help. Quickly. Devon, 45 minutes now.
2, 1, 2.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me, brother?
Actually, sounds really good.
How do I sound? How do I sound?
Ah, look, hello.
Hello.
Hello, lovely to see you. We're just getting ready for our show, and this is the sound check part of it. We've got the stage all set. We've got a few bits and pieces left to sort out. Just doing a sound check.
He sounds happy now. He's been stressed all day.
Only last night when we were not leaving.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, well,
But these aren't our official Pip and Paul clothes, by the way.
This is our roadie clothes because we can't afford roadies yet, can we?
One day. One day.
One day.
One day.
And if you look around the room, you'll see everything is all set for the
Festivities.
for the guests to arrive for their Christmas party. Isn't that beautiful? And there's our first trick. We disappeared. That's amazing, isn't it? And it comes running on from the back. Look at that.
Huh? Pip and Paul, that's the sort of magic you can expect.
If you book Pip and Paul for your next event,
Thanks.
possibly to you later.
So here we are. We've got about, well, it depends on how long they take to eat their food. We've actually got to be a little bit quiet because they're all having their dinner. You can see our costumes are all ready. They've just been served their main course.
And now we play the waiting game.
And the getting changed game, which I think is a good thing to do as well.
Yes, you saw our costumes there. Any last minute changes we've had to make that, well, we wrote the finale and the opening yesterday.
That's not strictly true. We completed the finale and the opening yesterday. We had lots of ideas. We just couldn't settle on the particular one we wanted. So.
We couldn't do the one that we're going to do for the real Pip and Paul show, so we had to put something else together. I'm very pleased with what we got, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think it's very good.
it's very, very beautiful.
So I can't wait to hear the feedback from tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to record some to let you know.
Yes, the plan is to record as much of the show as we can without putting anyone out, although we are going to have to ask a gentleman to vacate his seat so we can stand on it.
To place the camera.
To place the camera in position.
So anyway, wish us luck, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye.
Bye.
So,
end of our first act. We've just finished the first performance of the Pip and Paul show.
we say just. We finished it. We've talked to people. We've packed up, driven back to where we're staying tonight. We've done a little bit of a lessons learnt.
Yeah, we've made a list of things before we forget them because it's important we learn lessons because that's the only way we can get better.
And yeah, absolutely. And we thought we'd just do this and let you know how it went.
We told you we'd let you know, and it's one of the first things that we've done.
So let's think of 3 words.
Okay. Three words
To describe how it went.
Okay. It was a great success.
Okay.
Using great success. Successful.
All right, successful is
Successful.
Improv-tastic.
Yeah. Come back to that in a second.
And what's another good one? And useful.
Very useful. So very similar, in fact, to when we did my dress rehearsal for Kidology Act in front of a real audience. You just can't get that experience by just practicing. You actually have to go out and do it in front of an audience. And even though this wasn't a dress rehearsal, it was our first performance, and we treated it like a performance/dress rehearsal because it was for a slightly different audience to the one that we actually intended the act to be for.
Yeah. I'm going to caveat that a little bit. We had performed a couple of these acts, a couple of the sections, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
For an audience. I hijacked one of Pip's gigs and we just did a couple of things just to learn some lessons. That was useful, but nothing on the scale of this. The good thing about this was it was for other magicians. There were some really intelligent and well-respected magicians there, and they were great in their feedback, not only as the show went on, but also afterwards. Very constructive.
And in fact, I think we'll play. We asked just a couple of people just to say something on camera about our act, and I think we should play one of them.
Let's do that now.
All right, we'll play it now, and then we'll be back after this.
My name is Simon Leach. I am the treasurer for the Exonian Magical Society, and I would just like to say that I have just watched Pip and Paul do a cabaret act for our Christmas meal, Xmas party, and it was brilliant. Funny as book them. Cannot say any more. Just book them. If you don't take my word for it, do it anyway. Have fun. They are good.
So we didn't ask him to...
That was really nice of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't ask him to say nice things. He came up to us, he started talking to us, and we said, do you mind if we video your reaction? And he said, not at all. So, I mean, just over the moon.
Yeah.
Over the moon with that.
And surprisingly, but really satisfyingly, one of the highlights of the show for both of us, and for the audience, in fact...
I think especially for the audience.
Was the improv.
Yeah.
The improv trick went down a storm.
So the suggestion tonight was 50 Shades of Grey.
Which neither of us have seen or read, but we have an idea what it's about.
I've seen similar films, I think. There were two lines. The way the improv is set up is there's a scenario and there are two lines. One we have to hit halfway through, one we have to hit at the end. The one we had to hit halfway through was I've got a bike, and the one we had to hit at the end was pull my finger. And what was great about the improv was...
And something we've not even practiced. This never happened in practice.
No, this didn't happen. So I think the first great thing was, the first big laugh was the very first line when I said, Mr. Gray, I'm here for my interview.
Yep.
And that just got them giggling. And I just felt everyone sit forward on their seats, like, how's this going to happen? What trick are we going to do? How's it going to get there?
Yes, so for those who have just joined us and haven't seen the previous videos, we're doing an improv trick. So we have several tricks to choose from, and we choose whichever one we think will fit best in the scenario. So it's an improv trick, which I don't believe has been done before.
We don't know anyone else who's done it. We'd love to know.
If you know of someone, please, send us links so we can go and watch, because we'd be very interested to see what other people have done with this idea.
So to be clear, we don't know what trick it'll be. We don't know what plot is going to get us through the trick. All we know is we have certain tricks that have certain sets of mechanics that we understand. We have a scenario given to us by the audience, and we have a middle line and an end line.
And in fact, I don't necessarily know which trick we're going to do until I'm handed it.
Because they're in my
pocket. Or the other way around. Yeah, because they're in Paul's pocket.
Now, the fun can be when Pip tries to lead us down a path that's, I don't know, towards Silver Scepter.
Yep.
And I just ignore it. And the audience, the thing is, if the audience are wise, if the audience are magicians, we can set up that he's trying to, if I know he's trying to get me somewhere, I can just be really awkward. And
in fact, that's what happened tonight, although not knowingly. So to get to the middle line, which was I've got a bicycle, I halfway through said to Paul, who was Sheila in this improv, I said, how did you get here? And you said?
By bus. I had no idea he was going for that.
And I looked down, because we write the words down and put them in front of us so we don't have to remember them. And we just look down and go, right, that's where we're heading. And I looked down, I looked up at him, I looked at the audience. The audience all knew where I was going.
They killed themselves.
Paul didn't. It was great.
So they were absolutely screaming with laughter. I just didn't get it. My head was in which trick can I use? Which trick can I get out that's relevant to...
Because we hadn't got the trick out at this point.
No. So I was kind of bounding around in how do I get this into a magic trick? He said, how did you get here? And I thought, well, what a stupid question, by bus. can we get on with the trick, please? They started laughing. I thought, oh yeah, we've got to get to bicycle, haven't we? So
in actual fact, we quite like that. We might deal with that sort of idea again in the future.
well, not on purpose like that. I think what I liked about that is being awkward and kind of...
But I like the fact that the audience were thinking, oh, that's how they're going to do it, and then you didn't.
Yeah.
And I think the audience were sort of on my side and in on the joke, and you didn't realise.
And actually, I just came straight out of the character and went, oh my God, yeah, and I've just seen the bike thing. Right, okay. But we couldn't go back. You had to take what was offered in the scene and carry on forward.
Which is what improv is all about.
So we loved it, and I think that was the biggest cheer and applause of the night. Learned lots of lessons.
We had one person come up to us at the end and said, I loved how you wrapped everything up at the end. You brought everything together, which was one of our aims when we were talking about story arches in a previous video. 6 maybe, I'm not sure. But that was one of our aims, was to get a story arch. And for someone to actually come up to us at the end and say, I love how you brought everything together at the end, just shows that we achieved that goal.
That's really good. Some of the constructive comments we had included, Pip and I both made a mistake in the show, one each.
Yep.
So that was constructively fed back to us, and that's fine. I think lay people wouldn't have minded that, or what was nice actually is...
Nothing. I just need to clarify. We both made an error in 2 different tricks.
Yeah.
However, the outcome wasn't really affected. So we didn't screw up the magic that it didn't work and we were left with nowhere to go. The magic happened. It just wasn't quite how we wanted it to happen.
Agreed. So that was fed back. Someone else... So we had about 5 or 6 people come up and say, congratulations, loved it. And you know, you've just seen one of them on video. One person said, when it's polished, it'll be better. And actually, I think that's a fair comment because it's the first time.
Yep.
First time we've done it in front of people. So, you know, we're learning lessons on the go, and we're trying to format all of that as we're doing it. And I think we were definitely under rehearsed for it, I think.
It's sort of snuck up on us this and we had a few setbacks in props and ideas that we were planning on using and weren't able to for whatever reason, and so some things changed for the better, in fact. The finale that we originally planned, I don't think would have been anything like as good as what we actually have now.
I agree. In fact...
And it's funny how these things work out, isn't it?
The finale we've created now was very last minute, and it was very born out of necessity, and actually having worked it tonight and having feedback that we got tonight, I think this is the finale for our main show.
I agree. I 100% agree. I think it was wonderful. It was
Yeah,
really
it was
good.
really moving as well.
So one other comment we got was that she didn't think our characters were fully formed yet.
Oh yeah.
Which I would agree with. We sort of...
So we talked about this, I think, most episodes. Who's going to be the comic? Who's going to be the straight man? What does the comic mean? Is that someone who's an imbecile, or is that someone who's just a little bit silly, or is that someone... And does that change? Can he be the straight man? Can I in one, and then I be the straight man in another? And she's absolutely right, that wasn't defined. I agree with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's something that we will be working on hard.
So I think we should go back and watch our own videos.
We will.
So this slot here has been 10 minutes already.
Right, we need to stop. But we are really pleased with our first performance, and for those of you who have been following it from the beginning, thank you for joining us on this journey. It's not finished yet. We've got a long way to go still.
Oh yeah, so this was our first foray as a double act. I think the thing we're really heading for is our first Pip and Paul show, which is the final act, polished, rehearsed, and up and running. So we'll have a couple of dress rehearsals of that will be public, and we'll tell you about. But I think we should keep this going. So you can
come and join us, come and watch.
Yeah, I think we'll keep this going until after that. But actually, I just want to echo what Pip just said. I'm really grateful that people are following us on this journey. It means a lot to me when people come up and say, "Hey, I recognise you. You're the guy from the videos, and especially to the people who've contributed. We were very successful tonight, and I think that's in no small part to the people who've helped us along there. So whether it's been public or whether it's been private, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that's it.
So as always, you can subscribe here. Plus, we have social media, which is down over here. I don't think we have any shout-outs today. We've.
I do.
Oh, go on then.
Well, hold on. Let's. If we've got a jingle, we're going to put it in now. If we don't have a jingle,
Dead time again.
Oh, we're going to look silly. Shout out corner to Oz.
Yeah. So Ozzy D, who booked us for this event, he put his neck on the line really because he was the secretary. He convinced the committee to book us. He told them this was going to be our first gig, and convinced them that it was going to be a good gig. Sorry, a good cabaret for their Christmas party. And so we would like to sincerely thank Oz for the opportunity to be able to do it and
support.
Yeah.
And in fact, Oz has left us a video message.
He has.
So shall we close on that?
Okay, so we'll say goodbye and then we'll play his testimonial. So until then, it's goodbye from Pip.
It's goodbye from Paul. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, actually earlier I was joking around when I said about Pip and Paul. I did try to get another cabaret in at the last minute, but unfortunately they couldn't make it, even though I tried my hardest. But I'd like to say, actually, I'm glad they didn't turn up. Pip and Paul were fantastic. Really enjoyed them. I know it's the first time they've done it, but it's very fluid, very professional, and nobody knew that it was the first time. So thanks very much, and I'll see you later. Cheers.
We're outside the first Pip and Paul performance and we're asking people what they thought of the show. You, what did you think of the show? I thought it was very good. And which one was your favourite, Pip or Paul? Well, I really liked the funny one. Which one was that? I think it was and